representing FHG Boxing out of Fort Worth, Texas. Let's make some noise for Gary CashHead Hampton.
What up, everybody? This is Lisa Coulter with Global Fight Talk. I have none other than Gary Hampton, better known as CashHead. So I want you to know this. I really practiced it because I've been calling you Cash App.
Every time.
Like Cash App, Cash App. And I promised myself, so I'm not going to call him that. But that name just kind of suits you. I don't know why. So every time I see your coach, he's like, that's Cash App. I said, that is Cash App for sure. So I know you as Cash App, but I'm gonna be respectful and call you Cash Head.
you actually got it stuck in my head. Every time I talk to my lady, she'd be like, hey, what's up, Cash App?
Yeah, no, it is. It's Cash App. It really, really is. So anyway, you are fighting July 1st, this Saturday, actually. And this is your fourth fight, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're 3-0. You're gonna try to remain undefeated. You are fighting another undefeated fighter, Brandon Medina Guerrero. He's 5-0 as well. So you know that famous saying, somebody's old got to go. And you're saying it's not going to be you.
Of course.
Of course not. So Brandon, let me ask you about Gary. Let me ask you about Brandon. What do you know about your fighter? Is that something that you look up, or is that something that your coaches say, don't even worry about looking up your opponent? We do the work, you just train.
We both check him out. You know, we're a team. Me and my coach, it might be something that I might miss, and it might be something my coach might miss. So we both do our little research. My coach probably do more research than I do. I try not to stick the person too hard. I check it out as much as I can. I see what I need to see, and then I'm done with it. It's time to have fun with it.
Well, I think it's always good that fighters also look up their opponents as well. I do know a lot of fighters who don't. And I guess to each his own or whatever. I have to look up my opponent. If I'm about to fight somebody, I want to know what they look like when they get hit, or what they look like when they get tired, or they're about to change it up. I just want to see their emotions, their facial expressions. So when I see them across, and I'm like, I remember that. So he's tired because that's the same look he had last time. Oh, I know he don't like that left hook because when that old boy did it, how he looked. That's just me personally. But some people say, I'd rather not. I just want to go in there and fight, which is cool either way. But that's just not me. And it's interesting because when I Googled your opponent and I Googled you, there's some fight predictions on Tapology. I don't know if you know this, but there's some fight predictions between you and Brandon. Mm-hmm. And I hate saying this, but I don't know how they come about these fight predictions. Trust me, I don't know how. But they had Guerrero winning by 67%, and it was by decision. How does that make you feel when you see something like that? Does that motivate you? Or when you hear something like that, there's some fight predictions going on and they have your opponent winning by 67%?
Nah, actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. It does, but I never even heard about this until you just mentioned this to me. I never heard about the website, nothing. So I got to get that link from you. That right there, when I hear that and when I see that, it make it worse for my opponent. Because if you're going to go against me, I got to show you why you should have believed in me. It's like, damn, you really went against me. You really thought that this person was going to beat me. Now I got to prove them all wrong. And it's really what you telling me, it just added fuel. It just added so much more fuel to this fight.
I just saw your facial expressions as I was telling you. You was trying to be cool, calm, and collective. And you were like, in your head, you was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, so much more. I loved it. Like, one thing about, like, when I have friends, one thing I don't like to hear is that you better not lose, or you better not let this motherfucker do, or I can cuss, no. Okay. Yeah, you better not lose. You better not let this motherfucker touch you. When they start coming to me with that, that does nothing but add fuel to my fire. Or when they start talking about, this dude can do that. No, you haven't fought me. You haven't fucked with me yet. I don't care who you fought. I fought tall. I fought fast. I fought small. I fought brawlers. I fought boxers. I sparred some of the top contenders in the world. This shit not nothing to me.
So, I'm just going to piggyback at what you said when people ask you, you better not do this or you better win. I mean, one of the worst things that people can ask when you're getting ready to fight, are you ready? And one of my things is like, am I ready? I mean, I'm just training to lose. Like, what do you mean, am I ready? Let me ask you, what is probably one of the worst questions someone can ask you during fight week? Like, mine is, are you ready? I mean, yours is probably like, you better not get knocked out.
Right. Nah, it's not really something that they ask. It's the things they say. One thing about me, I'm positive energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like negative energy. I believe what you put into the air is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? What you say, your thoughts, your mind, that stuff will happen. So it's like when you start coming at me with like, you better not lose, or you think you're gonna win. Do I think I'm gonna fucking win? What the fuck? Like, come on, man, quit playing with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I get that. And I probably think one of the worst things too is during fight week when you've been promoting the fights and ticket sales and they want to get tickets at the last minute. And I guess it's just people don't understand and, they never fought before, but that can get on someone's nerves really quick.
They can't just like, it's like, what you waiting for? You got the money, like, go ahead and get the ticket now. Like, what's the wait? Like, are you scared? But I'm not gonna lie to you. I have had at least 5 fighters cancel from either the day of the fight, either the day of the weigh-ins. I get there, I make weight, or even, like my last fight, I was supposed to fight in Odessa. The dude canceled, said, I don't want to fight him no more. Like, what? So
really?
Yeah, so it kind of messes up for my fans. They like, well, should I buy a ticket? Is this dude gonna show up? I don't want to waste my money. I want to come watch you fight. That's a thing.
But this is what I have to say with your real support, right? Whether it be your friends, your homeboys, whatever. If they're gonna support you, they're gonna support you to the last minute, right? And you can't. There's nothing you can do to change that. Things happen. There's people that's probably passed out, trying to make weight, and the doctor didn't, sign off that he can fight or she can fight. I've seen it all. So it's just one of those things that you either ride for me, you don't, all the way, you ride for me till the wheels fall off. And there's just some things that you just can't, that's out of your control. And that's the only thing, I can say is like, hey, I'm supposed to fight. Just like it's supposed to go 4 rounds. It's supposed to go 6 rounds. I'm not going to guarantee because it might be done on the first round or whatever. That's just how the fight business goes. I'm supposed to fight. And that's all I can tell you right now. So, I saw your last fight and you're right. I've seen you fight people your height. I've seen people you fight, you fought someone way taller than you. And it's one of your, training partners. They fought as well and beat. You took your time because I've seen different styles from you. I've seen the gut of Gary Hampton, CashHead Hampton in there where they're all in your face, and then I've seen Gary who's just calm and just boxing and waiting, or your counter, you become a counter puncher, or you just stick to the sweet science of boxing. And you're right. The good thing about you is that you adapt to your opponents. Like, okay, he's taller. I just can't just walk in. This fool got like 5 inches more of a reach than me. He's got, right. So without giving all your, what you're going to do for this fight, but can you tell us what do you need to do to come out victorious in this fight?
outwork him every round. I'm not giving him shit. He can't have nothing from me. One thing about, like I say, I don't care who you fought. You haven't fought me. Like you say, you seen it yourself. I know how to adjust. So I don't give a damn if you fast, slow, you hit hard. I'm gonna adjust and I'm gonna beat that ass every time. I'm not trying to sound cocky. I'm sounding confident. You know, like.
But there's a difference between being cocky and confident,
You know what I'm
right?
saying?
So if
Right.
you're confident, you can back that up. You're 3-0 for a reason.
That part. That part.
That part.
That part.
But one of the things that when I was Googling you, Gary, and I'm sorry because Gary Hampton, I know that's your name, your government name, but Gary Hampton sounds like you be, doing taxes or something.
Right? Hey, that's why I had to change my surname to Bentley. Bentley Hampton.
Gary Hampton, I crush numbers by day, but I crush heads by night. I'm kidding. No, Gary. Okay, Gary. But on a serious note, I do want to get serious on this question because something that was very interesting that I saw. I was reading a story, an article on you, and it said that, and it reads verbatim. It says Gary Hampton survived 6 bullet wounds in 3 shooting incidents. He finally decided it was time for a change, a big one. Hampton turned his life around by pouring his heart into boxing. Talk to me about that.
That's true. That's true. And a lot of people haven't got the full story or the rundown on what happened, but y'all show.
Hey, give it to Global Fight Talk.
I love Global Fight Talk, man. Global Fight Talk has been there since day one. They support me. They ride for me after the fight, before the fight, as you can see right now. So y'all gonna be one of the first people to get the real story right here. So I got shot in high school as a senior, 2012. Violence. Let's just say hood versus hood. My hood versus another hood. We was fighting, and then the dude decided to pull out a shotgun, shot at us. I got hit with buckshots. I don't know if I can really. I want to show y'all, but yeah, I got hit with some. But I can show y'all some other ones. But I got hit with a shotgun. That's scenario. The second time I got shot, 2013. That was a 22. I got shot in my ankle right here. You can kind of still see the blood on, like it's still stuck in my tissue right there. I got shot right there with a 22, and I got shot in my hip, a little lower in my hip right there. And we was fighting in Dallas inside of a club, and it's crazy because I never started this stuff. I've always been a chill guy, like y'all chill. It's too many females in here, like you know what I'm saying? Let's chill, let's kick it. But like I say, hood versus another hood. My hood versus another hood, and the dude decided to start shooting inside the club. He started shooting inside the club. I was one of the first people to get hit. And that night was like Call of Duty. If you ever played Call of Duty Nuketown, that's what it was similar to. Like I'm blessed to be alive after the night, because when I tell you it was over 150 shots fired in the club and outside of the parking lot, like it was a lot of shots fired. And then I got shot in 2012, 13, 14. And I got shot with a 40 caliber right here. You can see that I got shot right here. I got shot in my butt, and I got shot in the inside of my leg. And we was fighting. I was defending my friends again. You know, this was another friend. I was defending my friends. Like, one thing about me, if I love you, I'm going to ride for you. And at one point in my life, I was thinking that love was meaning being willing to die for something. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. That's what I was stuck in the streets. I was stuck around, like we knew we was going to fight for each other. We was going to do whatever we had to do to keep each other good. That's what I thought love was, until I got older and became an adult and I started boxing. And I started to see a difference in what love is. You don't have to die for something to prove that you love anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is one of my testimonies, is anybody that's from a neighborhood or from the hood or from the trenches, from the streets, you don't have to die, and you don't have to have shootouts. You don't have to fight in the streets to show nobody you love them. You can show somebody you love them by trying to teach them to do better. You can show somebody you love them by teaching them new things, and being there for them, supporting them. it's multiple ways, but you don't have to be involved to show nobody you love them. That, like I say, you know, that's with that situation, we was fighting. I was gonna slam. This is 2014. I was gonna slam the dude head into the car. I had grabbed him by his hoodie, and when I grabbed him by the hoodie to slam him into the car, he slid out his hoodie, pulled his gun out his pants, and shot me. Boom. Then he shot two more of my friends. Boom, boom, shot them. I tried to run. He shot me again. Boom. I was running around the car. He shot me again. Boom. So I slipped. So that was the third time I got shot. I slipped in the fan. I was trying to crawl up under the car. And as I was turning over, the dude was standing over my face with a gun. And somebody hit him. Caught the dude. The gun flew away. Luckily, I'm blessed. I got up, I ran to my car, whatever. Somebody ran up to me and was like, "Hey, bro, you need to get down, bro. You bleeding. Because when it was happening, my adrenaline was rushing. It just felt like cramps at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed. Like, after that time, you know, like, cause the doctor told me the last time I got shot, he said, "Do you know that you're blessed to be alive? It missed all your main veins, your main articles. You could bleed out and bleed to death." I was there. The street was so packed. It was a two-way road. You can go this way and you can go this way. And imagine 20 cars sitting in a line, sitting still, and 20 cars or 50 cars sitting in this line, this still, and there's nowhere to go over the curbs. So to the ambulance to be able to get there, it just, and that, like, it showed me who loved me that night as well, because I had people running up, females taking their shirts off, covering my legs, like tying their shirts around my legs to make sure I don't bleed out. People standing there with me, people, just making sure I'm good. So I'm like, don't fall asleep. I don't even remember getting in the ambulance, to be honest. I don't remember getting in the ambulance. I don't remember the ambulance picking me up. Only thing I remember is waking up at the hospital, so I'm blessed. And after that, probably like a couple months later, I went to a boxing gym. I met this guy named Coach Trey. I went to Golden Glove Boxing Gym on crutches. I met Coach Trey. Yeah, I went on crutches. Yeah, I was still hurting. I went in there. I was like, I got to change my life. If I'm going to be fighting, I might as well go get paid for it. I might as well, that's what I love to do. They weren't my only fights, but them was the worst ones, I went in there to my coach named Coach Trey, and, he trained me, took me to, where we go, Galveston, Corpus Christi, somewhere. He took me with him. I was still hurt. Like, I was still really wound up, but he was letting me travel with him, letting me experience a new lifestyle. And, I got to thank him for that, because he's one of the people that helped save my life. He kept me busy as well. Thank my family, my friends, God, everybody that support me to this day.
Well, Gary, I'm glad you are here, and you're absolutely correct. They're right. You are very blessed to be here, especially they're missing your main, arteries where you could have died and bled to death. After that situation, you decided to change your life around for the better, hoping that that's all in the past and behind you, because I feel like you have a future in boxing. You have the charisma, you have, the talent for it. You have a following, you have the support. So sometimes in life, you go to a dark place, and when it's time for you to make a change, the craziest thing and the saddest thing, sometimes in order for you to change, you have to go through something like that to open your eyes and say, look, I'm done with this. I want a better life for myself, or, for my kids. I don't know if you have any kids.
He'll be two the day before the fight.
Oh, awesome. Well, happy early birthday to him. And, you don't want to pass that generational curse down the line, because your son now sees you as a boxer, not as the gang member. And that's how that generation continues. It's not, don't do what I say, do what I say, but don't do what you say. But kids are going to do what they see, not what you say. And if you're, modeling, a good, if you're a good role model to your son, your son will follow in your footsteps. So we just went Oprah Winfrey right quick on that part.
Right. Right.
And
I
with
told you I
that
was gonna
note,
give it to y'all. I love y'all, man. I was gonna give it to y'all. Y'all deserve it.
on that note, nobody's going to get a car. They ain't going to look under their chairs and get a key. You just get a good story, and hopefully someone watching you would say, "Look, I want to change my life around." So after this fight, you're going to be 4-0.
I love that. I love it. I caught that. I love it. See what I'm saying? It's in the air. I love it.
Yeah, got to speak that into existence. You'll be 4-0. I know this is a dumb question because everybody wants to be a champion one day, and that is the goal. That is the goal for some people. Not all. Like, I want to be a world champion. What's next after this? I know you fight more locally in the DFW area, and sometimes out in West Texas. What's next? Are you wanting? Is there anything big coming up that you probably want to talk about, or maybe a possibility in the future?
After this 5-0, I mean, after I get this 5-0 out the way, I feel like that's gonna open so many doors for me. Like, this 3-0 just beat this 5-0. He's supposed to win by 67%. Shut up. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I'm going to win.
Like, I like how you went back to the very beginning.
Yeah, like that. I'm telling you, they just added fuel to my fire. But it's like, I'm gonna get him out the way, and I'm ready for the test. I love tests. You know what I'm saying? I'm working. So only person that could beat me is me by not working. So whatever's next. Yes, I want to be a world champion. But when the opportunity present itself, we'd be ready for it. If somebody that fights for top rank want to fight, we can do that. If somebody for PBC want to fight, we can do that. I'm ready. Like, I work hard. I grind hard. Like you say, I have a son. I believe in working hard. I have to show him that you have to take risks. You take risks for the greater reward. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm ready for whatever, like, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it, like,
Well, Gary, Cash App. I'm gonna call you Cash App. I'm sorry. Gary, I'll make a T-shirt that says Cash App.
Only you. Not nobody else. She don't like Cash App.
Got it. But you're going to be fighting this Saturday at in Mesquite, the Mesquite Athletic Development. It's off Frontage Road. They can get tickets. You probably have tickets now, probably into the weigh-ins, which weigh-ins is on Friday. You fight Saturday. Anything after that, they're going to have to come to the door and get that ticket. But are there any last words, any shout-outs you want to give before we wrap this interview up?
First, shout out to my people. Yeah. Global Fight Talk. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my camp. Shout out to my team members. Shout out to Coach Antonio. Shout out to Coach Ray. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to all my stable mates. Shout out to my family, my supporter, my fans. Big shout out to God. And shout out for what's his name again? Brandon Medina. Shout out to Brandon. Brandon, shout out to you, dude, because you 5-0. And I want to say thank you for what I'm about to do to you. You accepting this fight. Let me not speak too soon, because we've had a lot of people say they want to fight. And if you get to weigh-ins, they don't show up, but they get to the fight and don't want to, fight. But I want to send a shout out to him too, because, without him, I wouldn't be able to go up in these rankings. A 3-0, 5-0. Oh, yeah. So, shout out. And I want to say happy early birthday to my son, Bentley Ace Hampton. His birthday Friday, he'll be 2. I fight Saturday, party, and then we party Sunday, baby.
Well, there you go. Look at all these accounting names that you got. You got Gary Hampton, you got Bentley Hampton. Forget all about that boxing. I'm just kidding. Well, you know what? Good luck to you this Saturday. We'll definitely see you and in the winner's circle. And make sure you guys, for those who are tuned in, make sure that you follow Global Fight Talk at all of our social media sites, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. Check out our website, globalfighttalk.com, and we'll see everyone Saturday. Stay tuned.
One more thing.
Yes.
Anybody that bet, it's bothering me. Anybody that says 67%, holler at me before the fight. We can bet some money on this.
There you go.
If you want to get rich, you better bet on me. If you're trying to get in depth, bet on the opponent. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. That's
And
I'm
those are
telling
the last
you.
words.
It is so much fuel. This dude is finna get it now, man. Send me that.
I'm so sorry. All right. See you Saturday.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
You too. You're welcome.